I was in 6th grade. My mom woke me up to come see the TV, and I didn't quite understand her emphasis in come, so I laid there and she finally shook me up, and I went downstairs and watched what was happening. And I remember going to the bus stop and it was really quiet. Nobody really knew what to say to each other. We were only in middle school.
I was only 12 at the time, so my mom woke me up. I was getting ready for school. I turned on the TV. Went to school late that day because we were so distracted by it. Witnessed the second plane go into the building, and my father, who's Assistant Chief Brigade Carver, went into work, and it was just kind of devastating. I mean, I was pretty young, but just didn't really know how to feel about it at the time, and my mom was pretty emotional.
It was just a complete shock to both of us and our family, and the phones were ringing off the hook, and you knew something was different that day.
That morning we had showed up for physical training, and we were all in our company area, and we didn't have any TVs. We had a radio we were listening to, and it came over that plane had crashed into the World Trade Center, and we thought it was like a small two-person seater. We're like, that's kind of weird. Why did it make news? And then, you know, I don't remember, sometime later, we got a call into the company saying, hey, a big plane, you know, a passenger plane crashed into the building. Oh, wow, that's pretty serious. And then sometime later, I don't remember the exact time, you know, they said that another commercial plane crashed into the building. And then the mood had completely changed from just a normal day to, okay, it's time to go to war. The base activated its defense policy. We got our body armor, got weapons, and then we started patrolling the area because we thought that we could possibly be next. I knew my friend Kelly Booms. We went to college together at Miami University of Ohio, and we'd hung out, and you know, at college she had a job on the East Coast. 2 days later, I finally got a call, and I was like, wow. So, you know, that immediately struck home with me. It wasn't something off in the distance. You know, I knew that I could possibly go into war, but I didn't know anybody that had died at that point. And then when that happened, it brought it home to me, you know, because I knew what she looked like. I knew what an inside of a plane looked like. So I still try to visualize what her last few minutes of life were like.
Looking around the room, I think the thing that choked me up the most was that I knew that firefighters in New York and firefighters in Gig Harbor or Tacoma or anywhere else were all the same. And I knew that the people sitting around that room would have been given their lives too.
Seeing the civilian support for the United States of America and how so many people on that day, not even police officers, not even firefighters, but civilians themselves felt the need and compelled to help. And they had volunteers from then to now, and people have not forgotten. Even though times have changed and times are harder now, people have not forgotten.
The days after that we were attacked, I think it was some of the closest time that we were as a country. We just bonded together even tighter than we were before.
It's definitely a day of remembrance, and at this point, you know, I try not to be sad about it. It happened, and we need to move on and become stronger from it. It's something never to be forgotten, but it's also something to be a source of strength and resolve. And hey, yeah, we went through a huge tragedy, but you know, America can pull together and persevere and become stronger because of it.
Today means a lot more to me now, especially that I went on the trip to go pick up the piece of steel. So much has been put into perspective for me, and I mean, the term never forget means 10 times more than it ever did back when I was younger.
When I was in 6th grade, I didn't think I was going to be a firefighter, and now today I want to be this, and it just makes me like want to do this even more. Those guys gave their lives for a good cause to help us all out.
The older I get, I want to pass along the story of getting this piece of steel and what I remember on 9/11, and you know, just pass along kind of my story to everyone else so that they never forget the tragedy either.